10 points goes to the person who can figure out why I have these three guns here. I'll give you a hint. They share something. Well, if you guess that these fire these rounds right here, 7.62 by 39, then you would be correct. Now, that's what I want to talk about today. Having guns in your safe, rifles in your collection that are of the same caliber to keep ammo costs down, or just in practical reasons for an SHTF situation. That's what I want to talk about today. Let's start off by naming these guns here. We have a Chinese SKS, an American-made AK-47 made by Lancaster Arms, an AR-15 chambered for the 7.62 by 39 round. So, I showed you guys these rounds right here. And that's what I want to talk about. Having three different guns, the same caliber, and why it's good. And my first reason is that the obvious reason is that they drink from the same pond, so ammo costs are going to be reduced. At 25 cents a round, here you're looking at $2.50. Well, it's less than 25 cents a round. Here's $2.50 of fun, as some people may see it. Self-defense, home defense, personal defense. You know, some people see it as different things. I see it as fun because I use this as a sporting tool. Guns are a sporting tool to me, where some people think they're tools of murder and tools of hatred and whatnot. You know, that's not what I believe in. But because they're all in the same caliber, or when someone hears that, oh, I have guns in the same caliber, then they tend to think that they're the same gun, three different guns that are the same. But as you can tell here, we have three different guns, and they have three different mechanisms in it. So you still can retain that variety of weapons, yet firing the same bullets, which is going to keep your costs down. Whereas, you know, the SKS has a different mechanism than the AK, and they do. You can refer to my disassembly videos if you want to see that. They're somewhat similar, but they're still different. Okay, AR-15 is definitely completely different than those over there. The only gun that's not shown that should be here is a VZ-58. I don't personally own one, but a VZ-58 is similar to the AK, yet that's still different. It's not even a variant; it's a different gun. So that also, you know, shoots 7.62 by 39. And if you guys have weapons in the same caliber, and you know how it's easy just to buy 2,000-3,000 rounds, and you know 1,000 rounds per gun, or you know 2,000 rounds per gun. If you have the money, you can do it. It's easy just to do that because then you buy a bunch of ammo from one person or from one website, and you just have it shipped to your house, and you got all the ammo you need for all your guns. So that's really good about it. You know, you don't have to worry about different calibers. Oh, I'm low on 5.45. I'm low on 5.56. I'm low on 7.62 NATO. You know, these guns will all fire the same bullet, so you just buy one kind of ammunition, run it through. You have no problems in mixing up ammo. Some people do that. I don't, because I know what I'm doing. But that's also a safety thing. Now, that's the practical reasons, what I've been telling you so far. Practically, it makes sense to do this. I'm going to say right now, I don't do this entirely because we do own 7.62 NATO rounds, and because we have an FNFAL, actually it's an L1A1, and it's good to have variety, and sometimes you can't get that variety if you keep trying to do the same caliber. So, you know, it's always good to just get different kinds of guns, but for the most part, if you want to save money and you like shooting a lot and you want different kinds of guns, then go ahead, you know, you could do this. This is a good option to do. But then again, if you want to move on to, you know, a G3, H&K 91, L1A1, or an AR-10, then you're going to have to, you know, also pay more for the ammo. It's about 35 cents a round. So you have to look into that. Those are all practical reasons. Now, an SHTF situation is also somewhat practical, but that's more of a survival situation. And if you think about it, if you stock up on a bunch of 7.62 by 39 ammo, which is less than a quarter, you can buy more. Okay, still hits hard, so it can do a lot of damage. So the ammo for the price is a good option. Now, owning 3 different guns in the same caliber in an SHTF situation is also good because you're just loading up your magazines. You're going to have different magazines, just load them up with the same round. So there's no confusion in loading the wrong round. If you're in a life and death situation, you got to protect your home, or you're being robbed or something like that, when there's no rule of law, without rule of law. So that's like a really good life and death situation scenario you could use. You can apply to this concept here, consolidating calibers. If a lot of people do this because of that situation in particular, because there's a lot of speculation that things may come up in the near future with our government and us not having police officers to help us out when we need help. So this is what other people are doing. We didn't do this for that reason. We did more for the practical reason of having cheaper ammunition and being able to fire it more because it's cheaper, and not spending so much money on 223 ammo and then buying this separate. I've talked about that before, why I bought this gun like this in 7.62 Soviet, because my ammo costs stayed down. At the time when I bought it, ammo costs were a little higher for 223. Now they're producing more Russian ammunition, like Wolf and Tool Ammo, this is what's made by them. And so at that time it was more expensive, so it was practical to go with this because of cost. Other thing is that I don't have to buy a random caliber for myself when we can just pull all 3 of these guns and they're just going to shoot the same kind of ammo. So it was a pretty good plus for us. It was a smart decision. And in particular, in my personal preference, I feel that the 7.62 hits harder and is a better caliber than the 223. You may have a difference of opinion. That's okay. Please share it in the comments. Try not to, stir up a commotion for no reason. Everybody has their opinion. Just share what you want. That's okay. But I don't believe in that the 223 is a really good round. I had a cousin who came back from Iraq. He was complaining about the lack of power that the 223 had, and that makes sense because the velocity is high, but the weight's down. Here, the velocity is a little lower by about 600 feet per second, but yet the weight is twice the weight. So you have more kinetic energy with this round, so it's going to be hitting harder. So that's just to talk about calibers, but all in all, having different guns in the same caliber is a really good option if you're saving money, or if you believe that you need to stock up on ammunition for other reasons. Then yeah, this is a good option. But if you want to move on into those other guns, then you can't do that entirely. So that's my 2 cents on consolidating calibers, and is it a good idea to have different rifles of the same caliber? Yes, you can get different flavors, okay? Yet they all fire the same bullet. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.